Vampire Hunter is a game where a detective is trying to find a vampire amongst a crowd of people using mirrors. From the first person perspective, players will take control of a detective in the middle of a crowded cocktail party. And within this party, somewhere there is a vampire hiding amongst the guests, and the player must use their skills of deduction to find it. Playing along with the mythos that vampires have no reflection, players must use mirrors in the level to help them find the vampire. As a detective, the player will be able to walk around the party, look through mirrors, pick up and place crucifixes, and accuse partygoers as well. By moving around the level, this will allow players to potentially see the vampire through the mirrors at various perspectives. The vampire will act and look just like the other AI party guests in the level when viewed with the naked eye. They will move around the level, talk with other guests, and consume drinks. There are a few ways that a player may be able to spot the vampire. One way is for the player to look through a mirror and notice that a partygoer seems to be having a conversation with only themselves. Another way is for the player to look through a mirror and see that a drink is floating in midair, implying that the vampire is holding it. Players can also move crucifixes to different walls in the room, which the vampire will avoid a radius of. Certain players may be keen enough to notice a certain guest who avoids the area with a cross. The main antagonizing force of the game is the time limit. If the timer reaches 0 and the player has not yet accused the vampire will attack its victim and it's game over for the player. When the player believes they have located the vampire, they must approach them in the party and accuse them. They will be asked if they are sure that they want to accuse this party guest, and the player must confirm. If the player is wrong in their accusation, it is game over for them, but if they are correct, they get to move on to the next level. There will be 10 different level layouts, and at the beginning of each one, all of the guests in the level, including the vampire, will have a randomized gender, skin color, shirt color, and bottoms color. Each level will also have a different layout. Some levels will have walls, multiple elevations, and even different rooms so that the player will have to move around the party to find different vantage points. Some levels can also have more than one mirror to utilize, or even a mirror in an obscure location like the ceiling. Along with the difficulty of changing the layouts of each preceding level, some levels may also include more than one vampire as well. The player will then have to spot and accuse all of the existing vampires before the time limit is up. Vampire Hunter is like the 2018 game Spy Party. However, instead of the player being outside the party looking in, they are a guest themselves within it. One risk may be the team's lack of experience when it comes to programming AI actions and animations. Every partygoer and vampire object in the level will perform random actions that involve interacting with other AI and objects in the level. Another risk for this project may be ensuring that the game is not bogged down by the number of assets on screen, all while being reflected in real time and the AI are performing their actions.